17 to the 4 times 17 squared is equal to 17 to the 7 plus 4 plus 2, which makes 17 to the 13. 13 squared times 13 to the minus 2 makes 13 squared minus 2 plus 13, which makes 13 to the 0 plus 13. 13 to the 0, like any number to the 0, is equal to 1, plus 13 is equal to 14. Equal to 9 to the 2 minus 2, which is equal to 9 to the 0, which is equal to 1. Equal to 13 to the 4 minus 2, which is equal to 13 to the 2, which is equal to 169. Minus 8 to the minus 2 is equal to 1 over minus 8 squared plus 1 over 64, which is equal to 1 over minus 8 squared is equal to plus 64. Therefore, we have 1 over 64 plus 1 over 64, which is 2 over 64, which makes 1 over 32. We have a tricky question here. This is equal to 44 to the power of 0 times minus 2, which is equal to 0, plus 22 to the power of 0 times 2, which is equal to 0 again. And do not forget that any number to the 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, we have 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. This is what we have here. This number is equal to 6 to the power 6 plus 1. And since 6 to the 4 is dividing this number, it's going to be negative when I take it up. It's going to be this. Either, if you want to see it clearly, let me put it this way first. 6 to the 6 times 6 to the 1 divided by 6 to the 4. This is the source. And what I have is 6 to the 6 plus 1, 7 minus 4 is equal to 6 to the 3. This is my answer. We have another tricky question here. Since I know that 3 to the k is equal to 25, and I need what I actually need is 3 to the k over 2, then I have to take the square root of this. So that I'm going to have 3 to the k over 2 is equal to square root of 25, which is equal to 5. And what I am asked is 3 to the k over 2 plus 2, which is actually 3 to the k over 2 times 3 squared. And this means that I know that this is 5. 5 times 3 squared is 9. My answer is 45. This expression is equal to x to the 3 over 2 minus 1, this x going up, times y to the minus 1 over 2 minus 2, which makes x to the 1 over 2 times y to the minus 5 over 2. Or I can write it down as square root of x divided by square root of y to the 5. Actually, this means that this is equal to square root of x divided by square root of y to the 4 times y, which is equal to square root of x divided by, this is going to be y squared when it gets out, y squared times y. This is equal to 289, and 289 is the square of 17. So the answer is 17 squared. This is actually equal to x to the 7 over 2 minus 1 over 2, so I make it plus, times y to the 1 minus 3 over 2, which makes x to the 7 plus 1 is equal to 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4, times y to the 1 minus 3 over 2 is equal to minus 1 over 2, which is x to the 4 divided by y to the half, or I can say x to the 4 divided by square root of y. expression is equal to y to the 1 plus 3 plus 5 times x to the 1 plus 3 plus 5. Therefore what I have is y to the 9 times x to the 9, or I can say xy to the 9.